Yeah, what's going on, gang? How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Excuse me. Happy Wednesday, guys. And it is his ghetto point of view. I bring you the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of his ghetto point of view. This week has been insane. This week has been insane. This week has been insane. Gotta inhale the negative and then exhale it all out, baby. Inhale the positive. Exhale the negative. Shouts to what is this? What is this? Mints by Seed Junkie Genetics. Shout to them, man. Shout to them. This is beautiful. What else I got over here? Got some Gary Payton, but it tastes more like some mango. But yeah, you know what I mean. So, shouts to the kitchen, man. Shouts to the kitchen. Shouts to East Coast. You know, got to keep the medicine up. Got to keep the medicine up. I got glaucoma. Nah, but anybody who knows my story knows the whole story behind the Roller song. Understands that me personally, I've had several medical procedures recently, and if it wasn't for medical cannabis, I'd probably be heavily addicted to opioids right now. If it wasn't for medical cannabis, I'd be insanely addicted to opioids right now because the level of pain that I've been in over the past 3-4 years has been quite an experience, to say the least. I mean, it's completely changed my attitude. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes some days just very unbearable. It really does. It really does make some days very unbearable. And without, you know what I'm saying, without cannabis, life would be a lot different for me right now. It definitely makes things more, the pain more tolerable, makes me want to continue to get up and enjoy life, spend time with the fam, hit events, hit shows up and stuff. Um, it makes life, yes, I'm still injured. Yes, I still can't really move around like I want to, can't really walk yet like I need to. But it makes life a lot more tolerable. It makes the adventure of life something I still want to engage in. I'm being dead honest. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for cannabis, medical cannabis, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I would get through certain days with my back and my back and my shoulders, my hips. I don't know how I get through certain days. My knees, like these injuries brought upon a lot of arthritic conditions much earlier in my life than they would have can. Um, and the cannabis has helped me be able to heal through and move through a lot of that. But not just the cannabis, changing my diet a lot, trying to remove, sugars and oils, kill a lot of the inflammation that would occur in my joints otherwise. Just trying to be more mindful of things. But without the cannabis, and especially how your body has a cannabinoid system, and using a lot of CBD products, I don't think I'd be able to tolerate the pains as much. Using a lot of THC products, I don't think I'd be able to tolerate the pains as much. So I'm very appreciative for the cannabis plant, and I know it gets a lot of bad reputation in the media with it's allegedly this gateway drug, but a lot of that's been tapering off recently as governments have seen the importance in trying to legalize it so that they can create this more above board economy, which at first will be insanely expensive, of course, but as the black market economy gets to tapers away, the above board economy will uh, hopefully be able to take all of that in, and then that will decrease the appeal of the black market, and so that will decrease the funds for the legal market. If regulation, there's that R word, if regulation works right? Because a lot of times they put all these regulations in place claiming that, it's for the good of the people, it's for the good of the country, but a lot of the times, a lot of the over-regulation can slow down progress. I really feel if the government wasn't so heavily taxing the legal cannabis community, that the legal cannabis community would have been off and running in several areas right now. Several states, if not all of them, would probably have enacted some type of statewide recreational cannabis legislation for people over 25. And that tax base, the taxes, the revenue that would come in, the jobs that would be created in several places, because you got to have people to educate these people on how to work these jobs. Then you got to have people to work the jobs. Then you got to have people to deliver stuff. I mean, it's so multifaceted how people would win. It's so multifaceted how people would win. And this is his ghetto point of view, bringing you the news, views, previews, and reviews, which is his ghetto point of view. We're gonna have a conversation about this real quick. Show me some music. Be right back. Cheers. Yeah, so we back, guys. Interesting times, right? What I will say is this: the cannabis industry needs to be allowed to open up completely in pretty much every part of the world that the people en masse are using cannabis. If you have a large part of your citizenry, your citizens using cannabis, allowing it to be above board, which will make it a safer time for everybody, allowing it to be above board would make it a safer experience for everybody. But what does above board mean, and what does above board look like? That's going to be different in different areas. Do I think that, people who have sold cannabis their entire life should now not be allowed to? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that people who engage in the sale of cannabis should be first in line to open up a business, and if they don't have the funding completely available, banks and government officials should be earmarking funds for them to start up, because these are businesses they already have experience in, especially if they ended up doing some time behind just having cannabis and they didn't have any violent offenses going on. There are still far too many people sitting in jails right now. Non-violent drug offenses, non-violent cannabis offenses, and if they weren't selling to children, because I know some people, have issues with children getting contact, but then some other people use CBD medications for their children that have cancer, for their children that suffer from seizures, for their children to be able to, who have cerebral palsy or Erb's palsy, to not walk around with muscle spasms all day. So, it's very funny, everything that goes on with the cannabis plant. And I don't want to get up here and get on my high horse and start riffing, but I literally could. And the reason I try not to get up here and get on my high horse about cannabis is because, this is his ghetto point of view, but this is a show for the people, and I know everybody don't feel about cannabis like I do. So I've designated particular episodes coming down the pipeline where we are going to champion for cannabis for a whole episode. I'm going to have amazing panelists on, amazing guest speakers on, amazing guest hosts on, amazing just guests interviewed during those particular episodes from everywhere in every facet of the cannabis community. And those are going to be really dope. And if you like those, the show will transition more in whatever way, the fans say the show should go. And I'll leave it at that. But, I don't... It's such a game that's been played over a plant. You know what I'm saying? It's such a game that's been played over a plant. You got it to the point where people lie about the history of where cannabis originally, started, and what would you classify as cannabis, and all of these things to try to discredit how the plant has so many wondrous medicinal uses, and then some would argue so many wondrous uses just for helping out with depression, anxiety, PTSD, which you could argue are also other medical uses, because if your mind is not well, how can your body be well? But even on a more esoteric level or a deeper spiritual level, people feel like, cannabis has amazing uses in that realm as well, to help with meditation and to help, create that focus and that calm, as you go into doing some yoga poses, however you like to give yourself a moment of self-reflection. People say that cannabis is absolutely amazing for that. There are athletes who swear by using cannabis before they play a game in the NFL or play a game in the NBA, play a game of Major League Baseball. I'm sure some of those guys playing hockey do, because there's no way I want people swinging huge wooden sticks in my direction or coming at me with these blades on their feet, unless I'm out of my mind a little bit. I'm just being honest. Hockey looks like a very painful sport, so I wouldn't be surprised if 80 to 90% of the players in professional hockey indulge in medical cannabis. I mean, it doesn't, or even just recreational cannabis. It just doesn't make any sense. Because let's keep it 100, man. What is the difference between recreational cannabis and medical cannabis? Some paperwork, a stamp. If 2 strains is grown in the same building, one strain goes through a dispensary, goes and gets sold in a dispensary. The other one, because it wasn't up to snuff quality, just goes to your cousin's house. What was the difference? What, because you didn't charge your cousin? Or you gave your cousin an insane discount because, that's just your cousin. You couldn't get it in the dispensary anyway. You were going to smoke it anyway. What is the difference? What is the difference? You can have literally the same strains. And for those that don't know, strains is like the type, the brand, the if you will, the particular flavor or style of a particular cannabis plant. What is the difference? I don't want to get on my high horse. Not today, Phantm. Not today. This is not what today's episode is about. But that's what the spirit is taking me, especially when I put this mints in the air. Oh my God. This mints is the truth. Shout to Seed Junkie Genetics. Man, Seed Junkie Genetics, boy. Whew, those are the truth. Cali's finest. And speaking of Cali's finest, speaking of Cali's finest, shout to everybody that's been in love with the Rollers song. Rollers is now out now on every single platform. Please make sure you go get that. Please make sure you're sharing that. We got the visuals coming. I know everybody like, yo, you gotta shoot the video for this. What's been going on with the video for Roll It, with everything that's been going on this year, guys. It's been a little insane. But I promise you, a video for Roll It is in the works. I just didn't want to do it half-assed. I needed to be an extravaganza, but I'm gonna just, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let my work do the talking for me. So please continue to like the record, share the record out. Please continue to stream it. Tell a friend. Make sure y'all, if you know some DJs that need that Roll It in their rotation, get that to them. Shout out to all the DJs that's been showing me love and putting it on their mixtapes and blasting the joint. I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Yeah, man, it's been a wild ride, but fuck you, Big Pharma, man. Like, I don't understand how that can be okay. But yeah, man, the best. Man. Now, one trip to LA, best buzz in my pocket. Got that Martian imported. My brain's in the ocean. For real, just vibe with it. And much love to everybody that's been rocking with Roll It. Roll it. Hey. So definitely please make sure to keep running that record the hell up, guys. I love y'all for it. Yeah. So I'm not gonna get on my high horse for that too much this episode. We'll definitely talk about it in a few though. In other news today, it's been an insane week. It's been an insane couple of days. Yeah. Shout out to Reason, just dropped a new album through TDE, Top Dog Entertainment. For those that don't know, the same label that has amazing acts such as Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Schoolboy Q, etc. Reason just dropped a new album. Some of the features are other Top Dog artists, JID, Isaiah Rashad. It's an amazing album. He also has a track on there featuring Vince Staples. It's a really, really dope project. It's really, really good vibes. Shout out to Reason. The new project's definitely flamethrowers all the way through. Give it 8 out of 10 matches. Definitely worth the listens. Song order's dope. Lyrics is dope. Got that, got a lot of content, a lot to say. All them dudes over there at Top Dog, they really put out thoughtful music. They do music that you can nod to, music that you can party to, music that you can have a good time to. But also during these times, they're the type of people that can give you something to think about, something to chew on, something with a little more substance than meat. So definitely shouts to the team over there at Top Dog. Definitely waiting for them new projects from Schoolboy and from Kendrick. I don't want to put the pressure on, but definitely waiting for the new projects from Schoolboy and Kendrick. But in the meantime, I'll definitely take this project for Reason. Isaiah Rashad, he's so dope as well. And it's gonna be good times. Shout out to that whole team over there. Shout out to SZA. She's such an amazing talent. She does so much writing and producing for other people that sometimes we forget how much of a individual artist and how amazing she is as a solo act as well. So shout out to her. Shout out to the whole Top Dog Entertainment team. And definitely just can't wait for new stuff from all of y'all. Can we get some more Ab-Soul music? I'm just saying. Can we get some more Ab-Soul music? Like really? Can we get some more Ab-Soul? I would think. Forget Kendrick talking right now. I want to hear Ab-Soul. I understand Kendrick's the bigger name, but I really want to hear some new Ab-Soul music right now. So if we could get that worked out, you know what I'm saying? Even, hey, Top Dogs, if y'all just want to send me some new Ab-Soul records, his ghettopointofview at gmail.com, and hit my DM on the IG, man. His Ghetto Point of View, his Ghetto POV show, HD POV show. Hit any of them up and be like, here's these new records from Ab-Soul. Just keep them to yourself. I would greatly appreciate it, man. I love the roster that Top Dog has assembled so far. And yeah, man, I think Ab-Soul would have a lot of interesting things to say about what's going on right now. Or get me some Ab-Soul and Kendrick records. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Some Ab-Soul and Kendrick records. Yes? No? No? Yes? I don't know. Y'all tell me. I mean, it's just an amazing roster of artists over there, man. And they have another act that just released that John Redcorn record earlier this year. Oh my God! And man, you can't say enough about how amazing they are over there. Let me not misquote myself. Sir, S-I-R, John Redcorn record is absolutely amazing. The video featuring several people from TDE in the video, and as Sir and Ab-Soul in an interesting back and forth over a young lady, and Sir is actually playing this John Redcorn kind of it's an amazing lead up to what I know is going to be a dope project. And then he also had a recent run of amazing performances. He did a Colors episode that was really dope, and I really liked his NPR performance. He had his moms helping sing in the background, and those that don't know, his moms did a lot of work for Michael Jackson back in the day. Also, his brother is D, who just won the Smoke, who just won the Cardi B, Chance the Rapper, and ncaa Netflix-based rap competition, and now has put out a bunch of amazing records himself. That Black Everything record is so dope, and I'm definitely looking forward to more music from D Smoke. I mean, so Sir, D Smoke, their moms were singing with Michael Jackson. I mean, they're just a very talented family. And if I'm not mistaken, his pops used to be extremely talented, or had a lot of amazing gifts in a lot of areas as well. And he spoke deeply about that during the NPR set he recently did. So, they're just an amazing team. They're an amazing team. I so look forward to any time Top Dog drops some new stuff. It's always dope. It's always dope. So shout to Reason. Check out his new project, New Beginnings. It's gonna be a real dope album for you to just listen and vibe to. I really enjoyed it. 8 out of 10 matches, man. Just so dope. Great work from them as always. This is Phantm Phuego. This is his Ghetto Point of View, bringing you the news, views, previews, and reviews. Just a twist of my ghetto point of view. ncaa.fm.com is the place. Check us out on Spotify. Spotify has some amazing new stuff coming out. The way they're going to be allowing me to stream to the platform is going to be different. It's going to be more dope vibes. So my Spotify listeners, y'all in for a treat. And shout out to every place else that dope podcast or stream, listen to, and creating thought, creating laughter, making you shed a tear. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, get your notifications when the show come out. Wednesdays and Sundays. Tell a friend to tell a friend. His Ghetto Point of View is bringing you them news, views, previews, and reviews. With just a twist of his Ghetto Point of View. Alright, we're going to jump into a break right now. We'll be back in a few seconds. Let's get it. Yeah, guys, we are back. Inhale, exhale, breathe on it for me. So, let's see, in other news, guys, shout to the Lakers once again for getting it done, closing out the series 4-2. LeBron got his 4th title and also his 4th Finals MVP award. And he says it is time for him to get his respect. And he will leave it for other people to argue who they feel is the greatest ever. But it is time for him to get his damn respect, is what he's saying. Also, in other NBA news, a little more dark and morbid NBA news, it appeared that Danny Green and his wife had gotten several death threats after he missed the shot to seal Game 5, which is very, very sad, guys. I mean, they were already up several games in the series. Well, not several. They were already up a game in the series. It was very clear that they would close it out. Yes, Jimmy Butler's a problem. Jimmy Butler's a beast. Jimmy Butler's scary. Tyler Herro's on the come up. Bam Adebayo's explosive and dangerous. You know, they've got an amazing team of young, hungry players and some savvy vets to, you know, roll it out all around. Jimmy Butler's tenacity, fearlessness, and, you know, savvy, and just kind of his overall just dog mentality. You know, he's a beast, and he plays no games when he comes to playing on that ball court. But so I say all that to say, really, death threats, Danny Green's house, Danny Green's wife. Come on, yeah. You know Danny Green is, you know, that's Long Island Danny. He gonna take care of it. He gonna get it done. He's going to get it done. He's you know, that's a New York ball player right there, and he's been playing ball for a long time, and he's been winning championship rings for a long time now. He's like the new Robert Horry, if you ask me. I think that when his career is all said and done, he's gonna have a ton of rings from a ton of different teams, and he's just gonna be relied on for his veteran savvy, his ability to just hit clutch shots. Not as much of the defender as he was in his younger years and, you know, in his prime, but he could still, you know, lock up with a player that's, you know, around the same size and or larger. I definitely could see him continuing to be like a 3 or a small ball 4, and just with insane range and being able to consistently bail teams out in heavy contested situations like playoffs, finals, etc. So I don't see his career ending anytime soon. I don't see us not seeing Long Island Danny. So teams, you know, fans better get used to him. Championship fans better get used to him, because he's definitely going to be on a couple more championship teams before it's all said and done. And sending him death threats because he missed a shot is so silly, because nobody sends him flowers when he's hitting shots. It's like we expect the greatness, but the moment someone fails, which is a natural part of having a job, failing at it way more than you're going to succeed is just natural. The thing is that we most often remember the successes. We most often remember all the shots you hit. We most often remember all the clutch plays. We don't always remember when you don't succeed, when you miss a shot, you know, because we'll try to downplay how crazy everybody got toward you when those things happen. So completely unnecessary, Lakers fans, and I hope that some of the bigger Lakers fans, the Snoop Dogg's, the Ice Cubes, etc., please reach out to brother Danny Green. Show him some love. Yay from New York, but he's in LA now, and I don't think he's leaving the team after this year. I think he'll be there for at least the entire run that LeBron's there now. The way I see it, could be mistaken. And it doesn't make any sense to me to not allow him to continue to play. And I mean, shouts to Danny Green for real, because he literally just went from winning a ring with Kawhi in Toronto. He won a ring with Kawhi with the Spurs, won a ring with Kawhi in Toronto, and now he's won a ring with LeBron. And like, by the time Danny Green is finished with his career, do you understand the level of players that he played with, the level of games that he got to play in, the type of stories this brother's going to be able to have? I mean, he's without question going to be a Hall of Fame player. People are going to be like, what, Danny Green getting the Hall of Fame? The man is going to have the resume. The dude is going to have like 6 rings when it's all said and done. He's going to have 5 or 6 rings easy when it's all said and done. Is he already on like 4? I mean, he might have as many rings as LeBron. This is crazy. He might have as many rings as LeBron already. Let's pull this up, guys. I mean, he may have 3. I might be going too far. 3-time NBA champion. Yes. Shout to Yahoo. They just did an excellent article on him. But yeah, I mean, listen, this guy has 3 NBA rings now. I mean, what can you say about him? And he's only 33 right now, reportedly. So I feel he's at least got 2 more in him. He's going to be on high-level teams the rest of the way out. He's not going to play on any low-level teams. He's a 3-time champion. And he did it under amazing circumstances, playing for championship-type coaches and championship-type organizations. He played for the Spurs for years and years and years. Then he went to the Raptors and played with Kawhi and played under that system, which was an amazing championship-level system. Now playing with LeBron in an amazing championship-level system. He's constantly played in championship-level environments. I don't see that changing as his career wanes. I see maybe he'll take a pay cut or 2 and continue to win championships. And when it's all said and done, Danny Green will be in the Hall of Fame. Whether you agree or not, Danny Green will be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think it's really up for debate. I really don't think there's much to argue. I don't think there's much to argue at all. According to basketballreference.com, for his career, he's averaging 8.9 points, 3.5 rebounds, and about 2 assists. So I don't see how he doesn't make it. I really don't see how he doesn't make it. He's had 3 seasons of averaging over 10 points so far. 2 seasons averaging just about at 10, 9.1 respectively in 2011 and the 13-14 season. I don't see how he doesn't make it. I do not see how he doesn't make it. I don't see how he doesn't make it. He's definitely going to make it. He averaged over 10 points for the season with Toronto, so going on a championship run, he's up to scoring in double digits. So when he's called upon to score more points, he does. What can be said? The man even played for Cleveland one season. I mean, it's like, what can you say? He made the all-defensive team 2016-2017. I think the man... Oh, wow. He got drafted by Cleveland. See, I don't even remember that. 16th pick, 46th overall in the 09 draft. Okay, Danny Green. Okay, and then immediately got up out of there. Yeah, I personally think this man will be in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. But you could tell me how crazy I am. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. Shouts to basketballreference.com for the amazing stats that they do as always. Basketballreference.com. All right, so with all that being said, this is your boy Phantm Phuego. This is his ghetto point of view. We bring you the news, views, previews, and reviews for just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Please make sure you continue to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. What are you waiting for? Why are you on the fence? Stop playing. Make sure you get these notifications. You know what I mean? Make sure you get your notifications, guys. Make sure that you are well aware when the show is coming down, because this show is like none other in town. I promise you, and it's only getting better. Shout out to all the amazing guests I have coming on to the show. I have some amazing guests lined up for these next couple episodes. It's going to be good times. I really, really, really am excited about where the show is headed. where it's been, and it's all because of you guys, the amazing, most. I got like the best audience ever, and I know I say that every episode, and y'all be like, "Oh, you dragging it. We ain't the best." Y'all really is. You take your time, you listen, you write me, you discuss with me about the stuff you see on the show. Hit me up on IG, hit my DMs. Y'all are very active and interactive audience, and I really, really appreciate it. The show wouldn't be the same without you guys. You guys really make this show what it should be and what it is, and I can't say enough about it. And if you haven't had a chance to do so already, please feel free to hit me up, hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. Questions, comments, if you have an article you'd like to link me, if there's a story you think I should do, if there's a product that you'd like to have presented in front of our great, amazing, constantly growing audience, very diverse backgrounds, very diverse group of people, please hit us up, hisghettopointofview@gmail.com, hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. Artists, advertisers, promoters, brand managers, please hit us up, hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. Guarantee you a partnership with this show is what your product needs to grow. Partnership with this show is what your product needs to grow. hisghettopointofview@gmail.com, hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. All right, we're going to jump into a quick break real quick, guys, and we'll be right back. Get to it. Cheers. Yeah, guys, so in recent news, JP Morgan Chase has committed $30 billion in an effort to help bridge the racial wealth gap and racial equality divide going on in the United States, in what looks like a very positive move for Chase and JP Morgan Chase to try to help battle what it calls years and years of systemic issues. Recent reports show, but what recent reports are not showing as much of is very interesting. But according to Yahoo Finance, America's largest bank, JP Morgan Chase, has committed to extend $30 billion in additional loans to Black and Latino homebuyers and small business owners in a move to address the racial wealth gap, reports the Wall Street Journal. What happened? JP Morgan Chase joins the growing list of companies that have pledged to donate or commit funds to address racial inequality and improve diversity hiring practices. JP Morgan, along with other U.S. banks, have faced criticism over the years about treatment of Black employees and customers, reports the Wall Street Journal. In 2017, the James Dimon-led bank paid $55 million penalty to settle allegations that its independent brokers charged some Black and Hispanic borrowers higher mortgage rates than it did to others. In other measures, the bank set aside $4.5 million to recruit and mentor Black employees and provide anti-bias training. Systemic racism is a tragic part of America's history. We can do more and do better to break down systems that have propagated racism and widespread economic inequality, said Chief Executive Officer James Dimon. When you run a company like Chase, it's not bad to have the last name Diamond. I just wanted to throw that in there. Off the amount, $8 billion will go toward funding an additional 40,000 mortgages to Black and Latino homebuyers, $14 billion for financing 100,000 affordable rental units, and approximately $2 billion will be devoted to small businesses and majority Black and Latino communities. But small businesses operated by, it doesn't say. I think that would be key and important to know, because it's very nice to give loans for home ownership, and it's very nice to set aside money to finance affordable housing. Those are very big issues, and some, not all, some Black communities that are low income. But the bigger thing would be, in my humble opinion, for there to be more Black business ownership in these predominant Black communities, because if there's more business ownership in these predominantly black communities, then there would be more jobs. And if there's more business by owners, owned by the community members, then they can also then provide jobs to their community members. And if I run a business in my community and then can provide jobs to other people in that community, why, that is several families that are now positively impacted. Several families that are positively impacted. But if they're going to just devote money to small businesses in these communities, but it's these same small businesses that have always been allowed to exist in the communities, I would argue that that may not be as beneficial to giving long-term self-sufficiency to the people of these communities, because at the end of the day, that's really the biggest issue, is self-sufficiency. From my humble perspective, if communities were more self-sufficient and self-reliant, there wouldn't be as much of a reliance on state aid. Things happen, communities will be able to take care of themselves. And that's not to say you don't want some state assistance, some state oversight, some state regulation. Of course you want some type of organized city, state, federal regulation, some. But when you need a massive amount, you could argue it's because there are inefficient or inadequate systems in place. If I need the federal government, which is in Washington, to send aid to my local government in New York City, I have to ask the local government what is going on with the funds that you get. And if you are getting an overwhelming amount of funds and you're not managing those funds properly, and I'm not saying this is the case in New York, I'm just giving an example. If I was the mayor or the governor of New York, I want people to ask me, hey, well, I understand you need funds because you're going through an emergency, but when you wasn't going through an emergency, when stuff was good and things was going well for you, what were you doing with the funds? Did you put any funds up for a rainy day? Did you preserve any funds for, a need for food or for medical supplies? Or if you need to cancel rent, or if you need to create housing for homeless families, or if you need to expand the hospitals because, there are crises at play, did you put money away for a rainy day? Because it seems like companies and even districts, cities, states, counties, government individuals that run these particular jurisdictions can get bailed out regularly, and that's supposed to be par for the course. But when the people who just work the jobs, the low-level people, the quote-unquote essential people, the non-essential people, the disabled, the elderly, who put in years and now retired, when those people are not saving the funds and not investing and not flipping money and not making sure their 401k is good, when just the standard hard-working citizens aren't putting money aside and making sure they have for a rainy day and having 2 and 3 accounts and saving all their change, and when they're not doing all that stuff, you're not being a responsible adult, and you're just living for today. You don't think about tomorrow, and those are very important things to do. But when you live in a country that literally promotes and markets buy, spend, now, immediate satisfaction, immediate gratification. Don't grind for it. Don't put in the hours. Don't work toward it happening. If it don't happen for you today, it just ain't gonna happen. Just give up and try something different. When you live in that type of country, when you live in that type of world, when you live in that type of society, it's very understandable why people would be into immediate gratification and not necessarily thinking about, as a collective, a rainy day. You'll always have your outliers who will preach you gotta put away for a rainy day, you gotta think about tomorrow, you gotta have financial literacy, you gotta, and this is things that I'm just getting into myself. It took me a long time to understand. I was throwing away a lot of money, and I wish that I had my mindset now when I was much younger and I made a lot of money, and I just, I squandered it. I had a good time. And people were like, well, you had a good time, Phantm. And yeah, I had good times. I have no regrets for the good times I've had. But at the same time, I do have regrets for the amount of money that passed through my hands that I didn't make more intelligent decisions with, that I constantly relied on bailout. And that wasn't an intelligent way to move, because there's no guarantee a bailout's going to come. Hard times come, and being hit with hard times as you grow and as you transition and as you become an adult, and you're making your own way into the world. Those hard lessons have taught me that I need to now be smarter with my finances, and I need to make better decisions. And I still make bad decisions now sometimes, as we all do, but I'm more mindful and I'm learning the lessons now. And so, I'm transitioning into a point of better financial literacy and better money management. And I'm very happy for that. And I think that, that will benefit myself and my business partners and the fam as I grow. And, I just feel that a lot of that happens because we as a society don't take the time to teach financial literacy and the importance of saving money, saving a dollar, investing in yourself, growing your money, growing your portfolio, investing in stocks, and being an investor, being somebody who can have the money to invest, making sure you have several months of savings put away, and making sure you're growing assets and understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Don't buy a bunch of liabilities thinking they assets when they're really not, just to show out to a world. But it's hard when there's a new car commercial on every few minutes. It's hard when a new phone commercial is on every few seconds. It's hard when a new pair of sneakers is dropping every few minutes. It's hard. I get it. And marketing is there for that. Marketing is literally a science of influencing you on things you didn't really think about, but are very vital to the world you now live in. And marketing helps to transition everybody in society into the next phase of the world. So I completely get that. I'm a marketing student, you know what I'm saying? But I also see that sometimes when done irresponsibly, marketing can create a sensationalism in society. And I don't even know if the marketing is done irresponsibly. I think the lack of financial literacy is what's the irresponsible part, to be honest. Because marketing is just doing what marketing does. But if you're not teaching these kids in school how to have a bank account, how to save some money, how to be able to enjoy themselves and have a good time and buy their new favorite pair of kicks, or invest in that new car, invest in, a home if that's what they want to do. If you're not teaching them how to balance that with other type of investments, then that's really a failure of the system to teach children how to survive. And those children grow up to be adults who have seen these car commercials and seen these sneaker ads and seen their favorite celebrities rocking all the stuff that they've been ogling since they were little. And what do you think they're going to do? As soon as they start making salary, they're going to start getting that stuff. That's not just an issue in one community. That's an issue across the board. Purple, yellow, green, blue, black, Italian, Jamaican, Asian, black, white, blue, everything in between. Everybody likes to shop, and it's a joy. And the reason it is a joy is because it's an experience, and the reason it's sold like that experience, and that experience is so sought after, is because it's marketed so much. And if we don't also take the same time to also teach kids to balance that, having a good time, enjoying yourself, taking trips all over the world, buying your favorite clothes, buying a nice car, buying some jewelry. If they're not also taught to balance that with having a portfolio, having some stock investments, be able to enjoy life while also making sure you're saving for a rainy day, because rain is going to always fall, guys. If we know anything about the weather now, we should know that rain is going to always fall. But the youth don't always understand that. And then old fools seem to never get that either. I ain't got no patience for old fools. But the youth, it's easier to try to teach somebody while they're young than try to readapt them when they get older. Not impossible to readapt them when they get older. Just takes a lot more time because people are so used to doing things a particular way. But the youth gotta have better financial literacy, gotta have better financial education, and hopefully JP Morgan Chase pushes that in their initiative as well. But anyway, getting back to the article, why it's important amid the national outcry after George Floyd's killings. I'd argue this stuff should go back way further than George Floyd. Several businesses leaders have announced new initiatives to support diversity. In fact, many initiatives came under U.S. Labor Department Scanner, and Microsoft Corporation and Wells Fargo were sent notices to prove that their actions follow U.S. employment laws. Wow. So because they were doing initiatives to try to hire people of black people and Spanish people, Latinx people, they got letters from the U.S. employment offices. Wow, that's the U.S. Labor Department. That's insane. So because you're trying to now rebalance things, you get the Labor Department on your tail. This move is yet another attempt by the bank to raise its commitment towards social initiatives. Recently, JP Morgan realigned its lending initiatives to follow the Paris Accord. Very nice. Okay, but what this is not talking about is the other reports that JP Morgan Chase has lost tens of thousands, if not more, bank account holders, personal account holders, primarily black women, have left in droves Chase banks and are transferring their money over into black-owned institutions. Good for them. Kudos for that, because that's needed. That's very much needed. If banks like JP Morgan Chase and Citi and Washington Mutual or WAMU are going to be allowed to operate with very little oversight and without balancing the scales and allowing for more black business and more black home ownership, if that's what they want to do again, and more Latinx business and home ownership again, if that's what they want to do, then I say that it is time for the black bank to emerge. Killer Mike has also started a new banking initiative, and I really applaud that. I hope that goes extremely well. He has partnered with a few financial and other celebrities all around the entertainment industry, athletes, actors, other music artists, to create a predominantly black-owned bank that will, within its goals, service the black community. It's already gotten tons and tons of applications from people who want bank accounts with a bank that is spearheaded by Killer Mike. I hope also, banks like Carver also get in on this action, and all the other black-owned banks get a boost and a buoy right now, because it's time for that. It is time for people to start voting with their dollars. It's time for people to show that, we understand money as well. We understand finance as well. And we're going to take our finances and we're going to vote with our money for the things that we really want in our communities. And one of the things that it shows that we really want in our communities is more black-led financial institutions. If we have black-led financial institutions, then we can do more black-led finance. More black-led finance equals more black-led commerce. More black-led commerce equals more black-led business. More Latino and Latinx-led commerce equals to more Latino and Latinx-led businesses. And that's dope, and I'm for all of that. And pardon me for my Latino and Latinx people who, when I just say black, I really, historically, let's be real, we all just black guys. We all descend from the same heritage and ancestry. I did the census. Hispanic is not a race. On the census, you picked Hispanic as your cultural origins, but then you had to pick whether you were white or black after that on the census, the 2020 census. So, whatever you chose while you were doing the census is a personal decision. But if you look at your history, guys, if you look at it historically, you're of the same descent and heritage as we are. You're of black descent. And I know some people be like, black is not a descending, it's the color. You know what I mean when I say that. We all have the same start. And we all have the same heritage. And we all have the same foundation. We family. Native Americans, Indigenous Americans, Black Americans, Native Americans, Caribbeans, South Americans. We're all family. We're all family. We're all one family. Africans. We're all one family. Indigenous people of the whole world are all one family. One family that was just went different ways, and but most importantly, people here in the Americas, we're all one family, people in the Caribbean islands, people in Puerto Rico, South America, North America, even up to Canada, really one family. There's a heavy Caribbean population in Canada and all that area, slightly above the United States. We are all one family. You know what I mean? There's Caribbean type festivals everywhere, from up in Canada all the way through the States and down into the islands. Even in South America. It's a big, large, singular family out here that just needs to come together right now and finance our own. Finance our own. Buy from our own. Support our own. Love our own. Cherish our own. We'll get into a quick break, guys. This is your boy Phantm Phuego, bringing you the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist and his ghetto point of view. The news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of his ghetto point of view. I ain't mean to get heavy like that right there, but I just feel this article, it needed that type of attention. Shouts to Mohit Mangnani, for this amazing article. Shouts to Wall Street Journal for the initial coverage. Yeah, man, I mean, it's cool that you're going to donate $30 billion to a several $1 trillion wealth gap. That's cool. It's a very good start. And if you have all of these businesses together doing something, that in and of itself should add up if it all really trickles down how it's supposed to, how it's alleged it will. Let's see what goes on. In other news, Ice Cube. In other financial news and money news, Ice Cube is drawing a lot of fire for his assistance when with Donald Trump's Platinum Plan, and also the revising that he's been getting done to his contract with Black America. I have a headache about this, because what I don't understand is we complain so much about celebrities not standing up and doing the right thing. Then when we have this celebrity who is putting himself on the front lines and like, yo, I really want to do this the right way. He did it himself. He heard the criticism of people saying, yo, you really should listen to other people and get with other people on this. And he did that. He humbled himself and said, you know what? I'm going to get with the financial people. I'm going to get with the attorneys. I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm going to see what they have to say about this. I have the platform. I have the vehicle. I have the energy around me. But these people may have the expertise I need. These people may have the expertise that I need. And so, as an intelligent person, as a learned person, as a humble person, as a scholar, as a wealthy man himself, he said, all right, I'll talk to these people, I'll learn from these people, and I'll continue to revise and retool and recalculate my plan, and we'll take it from there. You know, he took a lot of heat from a lot of people, and he's turned around and said, I was listening, I heard you, I understand, I respect y'all platforms as well. And I think that this is real, you know. I think that he's coming from a real and genuine place. Now, whether that gets whether it works out, whether it comes to fruition, whether everything, you know, comes together like he wants it to, I think that the effort was earnest. I think that the dude comes from a good place, and he put his heart out there, and he showed that he really loves his people. And I think that effort in of itself has to be appreciated, because so many of our celebrities don't say anything. So many of our political leaders fail to ever say the right things. So many of our religious leaders fail to ever say the right things or anything when it comes to Black Americans actually getting something for their vote. People of descendants of servitude, descendants of being enslaved. When it comes to the descendants of those who were enslaved in this country ever getting their just due, people are usually silent. People never have anything to say, but they always have something to say about the crime. They always have something to say about all of the problems that have stemmed from the lack and the disparity and the mismanagement of opportunities when they do come, and the people who have been left in charge so long and have allowed these things to happen. Those things are very rarely spoken about. So when someone who didn't have to, who could have just kept collecting checks and minding their business, when someone like that speaks out, we gotta show love. We gotta show appreciation. If we're mad when the Nick Cannons of the world, some would argue, apologize for doing nothing wrong, but speaking his truth. If that makes some people upset, then when people like Ice Cube do what he's doing, he should get rallied behind 800,000%. He should get rallied behind 800,000%. There should be no debate at all. This is his ghetto point of view. Where we bring you news, views, previews, and reviews. Just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Please continue to like, share, subscribe to the show. Tell a friend to tell a friend. His ghetto point of view is coming on Wednesdays and Sundays. His ghetto point of view is on Wednesdays and Sundays. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit the notifications. Make sure you favorite the show, like the show, add it to your group of shows that you listen to frequently. Whether you're on Spotify, Overcast, Amazon, Google Podcasts, etc. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend. We bring you the news, views, previews, and reviews. Just a twist of his ghetto point of view. I'm going to jump into a break real quick. We'll be right back. Cheers. Yeah, guys. Yeah, so we about to get out of here for today, y'all. Just wanted to jump in and show some love and let people know I appreciate all the love that I get. Definitely check out that Reason album once again. Shout out to everybody at TDE once again. Shout out to Ice Cube. However you feel about it, I feel what he's doing is amazing. And it's a step in the right direction. Again, whether it goes 100% the way it's supposed to or not, I feel this is a step in the right direction, and this is the leadership that we've claimed we've been asking for. So let's hear the man out and let's see how it goes. He's trying to unify a bunch of different platforms and a bunch of different bases and a bunch of different people of opposing views. And people like that need to be sheltered and protected and insulated from whatever harms people may try to do them, not thrown out to Front Street and have their backs turned, have backs collectively turned on them, you know? So let's definitely see what happens with that. Shout out to Killer Mike for his initiative with the bank. We need that. We need that right now. Shout out to all of the black banks that have been doing collaborations this year. I reported on some earlier in the year. Smaller black banks bringing their money together, bringing their assets together, being able to loan out larger amounts. The goal is to the black community. We need that. We need that. We need to vote without dollars. We need to vote with finance right now. It's about being able to protect self-interest. Times like these, people are not being able to pay their rent, not being able to work, going hungry, going without basic needs. And it's really a lack of finance in these communities that rears its ugly head right now. You know, a lack of self-employment, self-investment, self-worth that really rears its ugly head in these times. And so we need those financial initiatives more than ever, without question. And hopefully there'll be a bigger focus on finance first going forward and self-sufficiency, because I really think those are the things and the tools that can help any community out, particularly this one. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. Thank you guys for being the most amazing audience ever. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. HGPOV show on Instagram. His Ghetto Point of View on Instagram. Get at me, get at me, get at me. Shout out to all the amazing guests that come through. Please make sure to support their music, support their initiatives, watch their shows, run their numbers up, buy their products. Shout out to AJ's Kitchen, AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. AJSKITCHINN. AJ's Kitchen, KITCHINN. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. Proudly serving the NYC area. That vegan soul food. Order up. Happiness served. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. Shout out to EQ is Life. Check out the EQ is Life channel. Learn you some production game. If you ever need anything mixed, mastered, EQ is Life at gmail.com. EQ, the letter E, the letter Q is IS Life at gmail.com. Getting out of here, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the week. See you Sunday. Get into it. Cheers.